Hello and welcome to our audience to the Chamber's Business Matters podcast. We are on episode 16 and our season finale. We want to say thank you to our media sponsor, Royal Credit Union. And if you're listening and interested in sponsoring, please make sure to contact the Chamber. Today I have with me Lar Kong Xiong as a guest. He is a business specialist with the Hmong, Wisconsin State Chamber of Commerce. We're going to get to know Lar a little bit. Will you tell us a little bit about your journey here in Eau Claire? Tell us about your background.
All right. I just want to say thanks, Kaylynn, Chelsea, and the Eau Claire Chamber for allowing me to do this interview here and for allowing my office to be here in Eau Claire in their office. A little bit about me. I was born and raised right here in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. My business background is I owned a business here in Eau Claire from 2004 to 2016. It was called Joby Enterprises, and we did a lot of light manufacturing work, sub-assembly, telecommunication cables to medical equipment cables assemblies. And from there, I owned a restaurant here in Eau Claire for about a year now. So, that I'm very proud of, and all my business background I'm very proud of. It helps me understand businesses around here in the community a lot more, and I can see it from their point of view.
So how did you come to be in your position at the Wisconsin Hmong Chamber of Commerce?
Well, HWCC, I saw an opportunity to help out my community here in Eau Claire, and they were looking for someone local with experience to help out the community here, the AAPI community, to the underserved community for small business entrepreneurs here. And I felt like it's a good time for me to come back and help out my community, and that's where I'm at, coming out and doing outreach and workshops for HWCC. Can
you tell us a little bit about the HWCC, where it's located and what its primary functions are? Because it's a little bit different than our chamber.
Yes. So HWCC is located our headquarters is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It started out in Milwaukee, Wisconsin about 10, 11 years ago. They really haven't expanded out to the northwest region, northeast region, or the northern Wisconsin region. But now they have an opportunity to do that. And I feel like it's very important for our regions here in the Eau Claire area or Chippewa Valley area to have that kind of resources available. And they saw that, and then that's when they brought me along here to kind of help out and reach out to the communities here.
What interested you most in the position? I know that you're a business owner, but in addition to those great positions that you have as an established person in this community, what about the position with the state chamber?
Well, what interests me the most is we go out and help these businesses grow, sustain, and be profitable. And that's my goal. And the HWCC's goal for my position here, to go out and help these small businesses here in Eau Claire, the minority-owned to underserved community, help them grow, help them seek the resources that they don't know about, grants to funding, even helping them find funding, establish a business plan. One of the smaller things that you would think businesses would know, but sometimes some of the community members don't even know how to do a business plan. So.
Seems like really worthy work.
It is very challenging sometimes, because sometimes the language, I cannot translate all the language from English to Hmong. But for me, understanding and explaining to them how it works, it helps them understand and grow their business and run it successfully.
How do you see the relationship with the Eau Claire Chamber kind of evolving over the next couple of years?
I can see the partnership and the collaboration growing as to finding networking events, partnership events, to helping outreach to the smaller Hmong community, to the underserved community, because I feel like it wasn't there before, but now we have access. I'm here, and I am a bridge to that gap, and I feel like the Eau Claire Chamber would, if they need anything, they can always count on me. And if I need anything, I can always count on the Eau Claire Chamber to help me with filling in those gaps, especially trying to find networking, trying to find business partners, or trying to find collaborations. Eau Claire Chamber is great at that.
Well, thank you. The Hmong State Chamber works with entrepreneurs of all different backgrounds, not just Hmong entrepreneurs, correct?
Correct. We do work with all different backgrounds. In the Claire area, I believe we don't have anyone from the African American State Chamber or the Hispanic State Chamber here yet, but we are here and we are available for any minorities in here in the area. If not just minorities, even the underserved. Like if you live in a hub zone or you live in a low economic area, we're available here to help you with the managed loans that we have.
Could you talk a little bit about the Hmong culture that does exist here in Eau Claire? I know that it was fairly new to me to learn that there's a natural entrepreneurship culture with our Hmong population here.
Yes, so the Hmong people came from Vietnam and landed. Some of us are. So the Hmong people came to the United States after the war, and our first Hmong people in Eau Claire came in 1976. And in 1976, we grew, and then the first Hmong grocery store was in 1981. And from there, like I said, the entrepreneurship in the Hmong community is very strong. We feel like sometimes we have to have like our grocery store to help us with finding the needs that we need, like our daily nutrition or our daily herbs that we use and we grow. Sometimes we don't have access to that. And with our grocery stores being there, it's available for us to buy what we need for our families and our events.
What other kinds of businesses would we see in our community that our listeners would be interested in patronizing?
Well, like businesses in the Hmong community, we have an influx of businesses. From that first grocery store, we have over 5 to 6 grocery stores now in Eau Claire that's Hmong owned. We have chiropractors, we have lawyers, we have restaurant owners. We have an influx of e-commerce business, even authors that sell their books here in Eau Claire. So there's an influx of Hmong businesses here in our community, and I feel like with us being here, it's going to give them even more opportunity to grow and have more businesses here in the community.
So you could say it's a very vibrant community.
Yes, indeed. It's a creative community, but like I said, at the end of the day, Eau Claire provides that for us. And Eau Claire is a community that's accepting. Eau Claire is a place that we feel like is a home we can grow and we can thrive here in Eau Claire.
Could you talk a little bit about how Hmong business has grown in Eau Claire? You talked about the history and some of the different businesses that have existed here. But you did kind of hit on the fact that Eau Claire is a great place to have a business and what that growth has looked like for the Hmong culture.
Yes, like I said, the Hmong community started off with just one grocery store, but now like we have an influx of wonderful businesses here. And Eau Claire is really accepting of that, of having chiropractors, having lawyers in our community. They're just not patronizing all the other communities, but in our community, it's just not the Hmong patronizing just the Hmong own shops or own business, but we're always an influx of a variety in Eau Claire.
Would you be willing to share what you think our community is lacking in, maybe even from the perspective of a business owner yourself? Mm-hmm. Some different ways that we could be doing better as a community, even with as accepting as we are now.
Yeah, I feel like a few things we could do better is helping out these businesses, finding more growth opportunities, more grants, helping them understand, okay, how can you market yourself? A lot of marketing, sales and marketing is kind of difficult for these older generation small business owners to understand that. And with that, we can help them provide them with those services and help them reach out to the broader community to kind of help them realize that we do have these shops here. We do have these vendors here or small business owners. And I know Eau Claire does a really great job with that with the farmers market because all the farmers are entrepreneurs in our eyes. And they grow that with their heart and they know about that. They know that the support is always there from the Eau Claire community when they see that Phoenix Park is full.
Well, thanks for sharing all of that. For those who aren't aware, April is Hmong Heritage Month, and I know that there's a lot going on in our area to celebrate Hmong Heritage Month. Do you want to talk a little bit about what this month means and how our community is recognizing Hmong heritage throughout the month?
Yes, I'm happy we have a Hmong Heritage Month because sometimes people don't know about Hmong people. Hmong people is a smaller ethnic group from Laos, Vietnam, China. We came here after the Vietnam War, but a lot of people nowadays don't know about the history of that. And with that being said, having the Hmong Heritage Month, it shows that a lot of people can ask and be curious about that. What is Hmong History Month? They can ask us. Find the individuals who are Hmong. Find the organizations who are Hmong. Ask them about what does it mean to be Hmong or what is Hmong. And they will explain to you who we are, why we're here, what we're going to be doing in the next few years here, or what have we done in the Eau Claire community. And I want to say thanks to the Eau Claire community for having a proclamation for Eau Claire. We were there at the City Hall when Terry Weld handed us the proclamation, and that made us very proud. We've been here over 30-something years, and the Eau Claire community has been acceptable and accepting us as some of the community members here in Eau Claire.
That's wonderful. Is there anything else that you'd like listeners to know about your role, how to get in contact with you, different resources that we haven't already covered?
Yeah, like I said, if anybody wants to collaborate with the Hmong Chamber, we are more than willing to collaborate, find partnerships. We are CDFI, we're Community Development Financial Institution certified. And I'm here in the Eau Claire Chamber office. I have an office here that we collaborate with the Eau Claire Chamber. We work alongside each other. And if anybody is interested in working alongside us, we're more than willing to accept that and more than willing to find partnerships.
I know that we are hoping to do a reception with the Hmong Wisconsin State Chamber of Commerce sometime in the month of May. So we'll definitely get that out to our audience as well. Invite you to come and meet other Hmong entrepreneurs and business owners that have been in our community for a very long time. And of course, meet some of the staff from Milwaukee as they make their way over to our community. So listeners, keep your eyes peeled for that on our calendar. So, Lar, why does business matter to you and or the Hmong Wisconsin State Chamber of Commerce?
Well, why it matters to me and the Hmong Wisconsin State Chamber is that it gives us growth, sustainability, profitability, and opportunity. The last part, opportunity, is why we have businesses, because we always thrive on this opportunity of allowing us to have the opportunity to be business owners. That's why business is important for us, to be who we are, to show who we are, and to represent a business that we have that we're proud of.
Well, thank you for sharing. And thank you so much, Lar, for being on the episode today. It was really wonderful to get to know a little more about you and the role that you're spearheading here in the Eau Claire community, especially as a lifer, as they would say. I do want to end by thanking our audience for tuning in, and by all means to reach out to Lar and or the Eau Claire Chamber of Commerce to get in touch with him. Thank you to our media sponsor, Royal Credit Union. Just a couple of quick announcements before we close. I would like to invite the audience to check out our Working Mothers Luncheon, which is coming up on May 10th. This is a time for caregivers to get together and learn more about working and raising children in the Eau Claire area. That's going to be held at the Florian Gardens, again on May 10th. And on May 18th is the Chamber Royale. Grab your ticket and meet us at the Eau Claire Golf and Country Club for a fun night out, networking with other area professionals across the region. And lastly, thank you for participating in our season finale. And we'd love to have you join us here again for season 2, starting in September. Thank you, Lar, for being on the podcast today.
Thanks, Chelsea, Kaylynn, and the Eau Claire Chamber for allowing this opportunity for the Hmong Wisconsin State Chamber to be here.